Okay. So 2 days ago, I got locked out of my house during a snowstorm. It snowed a few times throughout the year, but 2 days ago was the day where the snow was really fluffy and it was snowing real hard. So I got excited and I wanted to touch fluffy snow and make snowmen. So I went out on a walk and I brought my usual keyring where all my keys were, and I thought nothing about it. Took a short walk because the snow was really really cold. I got snow on my face, in my eyes, everywhere. So after my 20-minute walk, I tried to get in my house. But when I tried to get in, I realized a big mistake. I forgot the key to my house in my carry-on bag when I went to Anime NYC. So here's the thing. I looked at my keyring. The key to my front house is gone because I separated it from the keyring, put it in my carry-on when I went to NYC, and I forgot to remove it from my carry-on bag. So I am stuck outside in a snowstorm at 5 p.m. I'm gonna die. So I thought, oh, you know what? I have my phone. It's fine. I'm gonna call my landlord. She lives close by. I don't know where she lives, but it'll be fine. And I checked my phone. My phone's like 5 to 10%. It was about to die, and it was connected to data as well the entire time. It was so cliche that the phone was almost dead and I'm stuck outside. This only happens in the movies, is what I thought. Break the window. I don't want to break the window during winter. Do you know how terrible that would be? So what I thought was, I messaged my friend. My friend lives like 5 minutes away from me. I was like, please, I'm stuck outside. I got locked out. My phone's gonna die. I'll be out. Please get me. So they arrived 5 minutes. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you for your warm car. I borrowed their phone. I googled my landlord's like realtor name thing. Yeah, that one. And then they have their phone number on Google. I called it, no answer. But it was the correct number, but no answer. So I looked for Locksmiths. And when you call Locksmiths, they send the closest locksmith available to you. And the closest locksmith available to me was 30 minutes away. So we were waiting for 30 minutes and he was there. And I was excited because they're gonna use those special guns that they have and unlock any door. And he said, oh, this is just gonna be quick, don't worry. He checked the lock. It looks very common, easy to lockpick. Oh boy. So I was using his phone to light like the lock. We're using his phone as a flashlight, and he was picking the lock. He was struggling. We were there for like 20 minutes. He couldn't open it. We heard like a lock sound. Like he almost did it, but he failed. So we got hyped up and still kept trying, but it didn't work. You know why? It's because the house I'm living at is old and dumb. The locks were installed upside down. So they're not used to like upside down locks. Clearly needed the lock picking lawyer. Yeah. He was watching it actually on YouTube because on the first 20 minutes it didn't work. He started watching it on YouTube and it still didn't work. But then I also noticed that his hands were really cold, and when you lockpick, you need like tiny movements, right? It doesn't really help that it's cold and dark. So that locksmith gave up. I didn't have to pay. And then I tried to call my landlord again. No answer. Do I call another locksmith? I thought maybe the first one was just not experienced or he got unlucky, right? And he didn't have many tools. So I called another one. So this dude said he has been working as a locksmith for 10 years. So I was very confident and it took another 30 minutes. It did not work. It did not work. He even used the gun and another like weird gun. It did not work. And he was like, I feel like a failure as a locksmith. I have been doing this for 10 years. I feel bad for these people. I feel like they'll go to work, tell their juniors, their grandchildren, and their grandchildren's grandchildren that there's this one house I couldn't open out of all the houses I've been. So you know what? He was like, maybe we can hack your garage door, because I have a garage door. I'm like, yeah, sure. Let's do whatever we can then. And then he has these things to hack the garage door. He put it in the slot and stuff. It did not work. Turns out, because the house is old and was dumb, the device for the garage is located not visible. I don't know, it was just not located where you can hack it, so we couldn't hack the garage door. I'm like, oh my gosh, how can I get in? I have a deadline, I cannot stay here. I know this house is a fortress. Yeah, but I feel bad for the second locksmith because he really thought this was gonna be an easy job, and his daughter was with him in the car. I think he just picked up his daughter from school, and I feel bad for her being there for like half an hour already. So I'm like, you know what? We should give up. It's fine. And then it was like, so about the payment, how do you want to go on about this? His daughter saw his failure. Don't word it like that. Rosu ruining family relationship. Rosu ruining careers. Rosu breaking a man. Buy a new house, Granny. I'm just renting this house. I actually hate this house. Cause despite me telling you how impenetrable the front doors are, the inside doors do not close. The doorknobs are broken. Barely a door. I broke my locksmiths. So I told him, so what are we gonna do about the payment? And he said, well, I couldn't open it, but I did spend 30 minutes to get here, so maybe $40 or $50 should be fine. And I'm like, yeah, I'd be happy to, but my money is inside the house. I can't pay you. My phone is dead. Jesus Christ. I'm baiting him like that. I know I should have told him, hey, I can't pay you. My money is in the house. I don't have... But I really started off with, so, about the payment. I hate that day. Anyways, so he gave me his card, and then I paid him the next day when I contacted him. Don't worry, I paid him like $50 instead of $200. I got a deal. Although he didn't open the door, so maybe it wasn't a deal. I don't know actually. It's not over. It's almost done. I called my landlord again, and you know what? She finally answered. And then I was like, hey, this is your tenant? And then she's like, hello? Hello? I'm like, hello, this is my blah 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 landlord, right? I'm like, oh yeah. And then I hear babies crying. It sounds like a grocery store. And then yeah, she said she was gonna come home. I have to wait a bit, and I called her again. And then I was like, hey, I got locked out. I told her the entire story, and she said, oh, that's really bad. Well, and then she was so slow. She was like, oh, let me see. Normally we have a bunch of spares, but old houses, there are times where we don't have spares for old houses. Let me check. Oh, let me check. And she was just like that for like 3 minutes, and I was scared. I was so scared. And she was just, And I hear papers, like envelopes. And she was like, oh yeah, we have 5. Oh, I wanted to cry, but she said we had 5. Whoa. And then she gave me my key. I got in my house. Do you know what time I got in my house? I got in my house at 8:30 p.m. You know what time I left? I left at 4:30 p.m. 4 hours of me trying to get in my house. Touching grass, touching snow was a mistake. It was so cold. I was gonna die. This is why you never go outside. Yeah, the only time I go out. It was my first time going out ever since I got home from Anime NYC. It was my first time. Did you like it? Did you like my story? I wish I was making it up. The reference I'm looking at right now is she's wearing a cow bikini. It's amazing, actually. I like it.